Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here today. My name is Chef Dulce Jimenez. I am a wellness chef and a certified health coach, and I'm focusing on healthy pregnancy, especially for the Moms for Wellness program sponsored by Healthy Mothers, Healthy Babies. And many of you have been in some of my classes before, but a few of you are new. To personally welcome you. This is one of the first classes that I want you guys to attend because it gives you the fundamentals for a healthy pregnancy. And this program is focusing on preventing diabetes and hypertension in high-risk pregnancies. And that's one of the reasons you enroll in the program, I hope, because you want to have a healthy pregnancy. Who doesn't want to, right? And who doesn't want to go through this journey feeling good? Because it's already hard to bring a baby and going through all the changes that your body is going through. And if there's anything that's going to help you, I will grab it. I am a mom and a grandma, and I had a very terrible pregnancy. And I had the experience of the advantages and the disadvantages of not having a good nutrition when you're pregnant. So without further ado, let's start the class. I'm going to give you a little bit of housekeeping. Please make sure you put your full name in the chat. You don't have to have your camera on, and this class is going to be recorded. I need your name in the chat so I can report that you were here. And when you want your incentive or your goodies, or you need some support, they know that you attended my class. Okay? So nutrition refers to your body's intake of nutrients, right? To foster optimal health or any kind of health. So based on what nutrients are you putting in your body is the health that you're going to have. During pregnancy, your body will work to provide all those essential nutrients for your baby, and the body will definitely take it from you, right? So if you don't have them, you're preventing your baby to get those nutrients, but also you may lose the ones that you have and put yourself in risk. So you will have to be extra conscious and more careful, making sure that you get all the nutrients for your baby when you eat. So, it is really time to consume real nutritious foods and say no to food that provide little or no nutritional value. Some of you ladies, I know that some of you are not having appetite or are going through vomiting, and you sometimes are not able to eat. So when you are hungry and you're able to eat, you have to get the best foods that will nourish your cells. Food is fuel for our cells and for our organs. And to go a little bit of science, a calorie is a unit of energy, right? So when something has 100 calories, it is a way of describing how much energy your body could get from eating or drinking. But besides energy, the food provides nutrients and also fats, and will also provide you with things that may not help you to get energy, or that will give you energy for a second and then you're going to crash, like caffeine, for example. So if you compare 100 calories of a cookie, right, it's not the same as 100 calories from a banana. Look at all the things a banana will provide you. So it will provide you all these different vitamins, B6, C, B5, B2, B9, B3, B1, and will provide you with water, protein, carbohydrates, fats, and fiber. Tonight at 7:30, we're going to talk about the importance of fiber. We'll also give you minerals. Manganese, copper, potassium, magnesium, phosphorus, selenium. Look at all the things that one banana will give you. And sometimes the banana could have between 89 to 105 calories. But a cookie is going to give you 100 calories of energy, but that's it. It's going to give you fat, gluten, sugar, things that might detriment you instead of support your health. So, big difference, right? Some people, when I was losing weight at the beginning and I didn't have the knowledge of nutrition, I thought that 100 calories was okay for me to eat, but I didn't understand this different. That's why I love this diagram, because a cookie does not provide me all these wonderful things that my body needs, that your baby needs for development. So, a little bit of science again. For the body to function, it needs neurotransmitters. Neurotransmitters are chemical messengers, and their job is to transmit signals from nerve cells to target cells in your body. And these target cells may be in muscles, in glands, or other nerves. And the brain needs neurotransmitters to regulate many necessary functions, including heart rate. So right now, you are listening to me, looking at a presentation, you might be eating, you are breathing, your eyes are secreting, fluids, and they're avoiding any particles to get inside of them, and your nose as well. So everything is working without you thinking. So those are chemicals and processes in your body that are being, managing themselves. You don't have to manage them, right? But what happened when those messages are not working correctly, right? So when you eat a good food, when you eat the best fuel, it allows this neurotransmitter to send the right messages at the right time. When we talk about diabetes, we talk about an issue of insulin and the pancreas and the glucose. And it is an issue of wrong messages and wrong communication, miscommunication within the body, nerves and cells and organs and these hormones. So that's it. That's what illnesses is in the case of diabetes, right? Obviously, in a very simple term. But the smart food, what I call smart food or the best fuel, is going to help you for the processes to work correctly. And when you eat junk food or bad fuel, then that will cause the neurotransmitter to function improperly, misfeeding and misfiring. So, what are the nutrients that we all need to live a fully and energized life, right? These are nutrients that everybody needs, even if you're pregnant or not. You need carbohydrates, complex carbohydrates, fats, and tonight we're going to talk about fats, proteins, either animal or vegan proteins, minerals, vitamins, and water. Ladies, water is a nutrient. You cannot survive without water. You can survive without food, but you cannot survive without water. So that's why it's important to drink your weight in ounces or even more. If you exercise, if you are in the heat, you should even drink more water. If you drink caffeine or sodas, you should drink more water, because certain foods and drinks will deplete your body from water. So you need to drink even more. So balancing these nutrients with healthy sources is key for a healthy pregnancy. Okay? So we already talked a little bit about calories and what nutrients do you need. And if you have any questions or comments, please write it in the chat and I will be looking at the chat. Okay? So, and some of you are concerned about gaining a lot of weight. Yes, you could easily gain a lot of weight when you're pregnant because just by being pregnant, you can gain 30 pounds. That is given you eat correctly, you eat the correct amount, you're eating healthy, you're not eating empty calories. You're still gonna gain between 25 and 35 pounds. If you're having one baby, if you're having two babies, you're gonna, you can gain even 45, 50 pounds. And if you're having more babies, wow, it could be even more. However, that doesn't have to be the case. And, when you have extra weight, it doesn't have to be like, oh, I have to gain 50 pounds. No, the weight gain doesn't prove that you're eating better or that you're nourishing you better. Okay, so for example, the baby will be weighing about 7 to 8 pounds, your uterus about 2 pounds, the placenta about 1.5, the breast about 2 pounds, blood and fluid. This is extra pounds, obviously, and fat stores, 7 pounds. Why fat stores? Because your body's so smart that says, I need to save energy and save fat because that's going to give me energy. Because you need the energy to create life inside of you. And your baby's smart. Your baby is smart, yes, but your body is smarter because he knows that you need all this. That's why sometimes you're so sleepy, because the body needs you to go to sleep and relax while it works the magic in your baby's body, creates the organs of your baby, the body of your baby, the brain of your baby. So your body needs you to, sometimes you crave salad. Many of you have told me that you're craving healthier foods, which is amazing. And it's like magic, right? You're craving healthy foods now. Enjoy it. Start eating healthy. That's a miracle. No, but it's how smart your body is. And your baby can taste. I was reading the other day that your baby can taste flavors like garlic and anise. And there's certain things that then the baby will want to eat. They did some tests of the amniotic fluid, and they detected those flavors in the liquid, in the fluid. So it's very interesting. And you start creating what your baby, your kid is gonna be wanting and craving when arrived. So anyway, so gaining more than this is not necessarily an indication of health, good health. Okay. So when you are pregnant, and listen to this carefully, you will need about 300 to 500 calories extra per day. Per day, not per meal, per day, right? This means nutrients per day or calories per day, right? So it's about 300 and 500 calories. And that is one small meal. When you're eating good food, you don't need to eat too much because you're adding the nutrients of your baby. Say you have 500 calories, you have your normal meals. I don't know, 1,500 calories. I know most of us are not counting calories, but say you eat your normal meal, 1,500 calories, and you're eating good food. Then the only thing that you need to add is about 300 to 500 calories extra to add those ingredients. I'm sorry, not those ingredients, I'm talking about cooking. Those nutrients extra that you need, for example, that we're going to see it now, calcium, you need double the calcium. Some nutrients you need double. Okay, so is that clear? If it's not clear, just write me in the chat. Okay, so let's go about the key nutrients and how much of it. This is a sample of a plate. This is a plate, a normal plate. It should contain 1/4 of the plate with lean proteins, 1/4 of the plate with starches, brown rice, potatoes, sweet potatoes, and half of your plate with vegetables. Half of the plate should have vegetables. So the question Zoe asked, at how many weeks can the baby start tasting food? That I don't know, but it's a very interesting question that I'm going to take note of it and find out. I'll send you a response when I send the handout. So I am not sure exactly when they did their research, how old were the baby, but honestly, I will say maybe in the second term, but I don't know, not for sure. I will keep you posted. Okay, so what I was saying is that this is an example of the plate. And let's go over now the different macronutrients. So of those 6 essential nutrients, there are 3 that are, Google says 13 to 15 weeks. Okay, so it's about, yeah, second term. So yeah, okay, so fantastic. Thank you, Tamika. Google knows best. So of those 6 essential nutrients, 3 of them are macronutrients. They are called macro because those are the ones that the body needs the most: carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, right? And balancing these macronutrients during pregnancy means trying to get the right mix of them. And look at this percentage. It's about 50 to 60% carbohydrates, 20 to 30% fats, and 15% of protein. So when you are creating a life, you do need carbohydrates, ladies. You need good and complex carbohydrates. You cannot go on a diet. You shouldn't. Okay, so carbohydrates, complex carbohydrates are the best because they're the main source of energy. And complex carbohydrates bring fiber. They're necessary for blood sugar stabilization. And we're going to talk about tonight, we're going to talk about fiber. So the best sources are whole grain pasta, sweet potato, whole grains, legumes, nuts and nut butters, seeds, fruits, and vegetables in their whole form, not fruit juices. Okay, so let's see here a little bit better, right? So this is kind of an example. You need about 5 small portions of fruits and vegetables. So maybe in every meal, have 2 portions, 1 or 2 portions, and then 2 to 3 small portions daily of this, right? So the best complex carbs are the ones that comes with friends, and the friends are fiber and protein. You know, some vegetables and fruit and beans, legumes, all this contains both fiber and some protein. Okay. So protein is important through pregnancy. It's very important during the 2nd and the 3rd trimester because provides tissue and organ growth for the mom and the baby. And it's about 100 grams per day, about 5 servings of animal or vegetarian protein, about 15% of calories. And you need about 100 grams per day, plus 25 or whatever. You know, I usually say that because I find that not a lot of people are managing how many proteins and how many carbs, but roughly 100 grams per day. Okay. And protein is not one thing. Protein is composed of 20 amino acids, 11 that are produced by the body, and 9 amino acids that are from foods that we eat. So those 9 essential amino acids, you only get it from foods, right? Complete proteins are animal proteins, like meat, fish, poultry, eggs, and dairy. And incomplete proteins are in plant foods, but they are, when you combine plant foods, I think there's 1 or 2 people that are vegetarian in the group. When you combine like legumes and whole grains, you create a complete protein. So it's important that although you need to get enough protein in your diet, is also crucial to ensure that you're getting the right type of protein for good health. We must get the 9 amino acids that the body does not produce, which are the essential amino acids from the foods that we eat. And when a food contains all 9 of these amino acids, it is called a complete protein. Okay, so these are the different ones. You know, these are 10 terrific sources of lean protein. Fish, seafood, skinless white meat poultry, lean beef, you know, low-fat milk and yogurt, and cheeses, low-fat cheeses, eggs, lean pork, beans, and also nuts and seeds, and a combination of vegetables and fruits. Okay. So fats, we're going to go over fats today, but this is an overview. Fats are necessary building blocks for brain and nervous system, and fat also is a valuable source of energy. It aids the body in absorbing vitamins A, D, E, and K. And not all fats are created equal. And we're going to see that tonight in the class. So if you have the time, meet me at 7:30. We're going to go over fats specifically. And fats are not needed in big portions. Just a little bit of fat is enough. Okay, they are essential. The essential fatty acid omega-3, which is a fat, is essential for the rapid brain growth in utero and also affects your baby's vision. You should be getting a prenatal with DHA. Also, you can get it with when you eat wild salmon, and when you have flax oil or flax seed. You can add flax seed in your cereals and in your salads and in your oats, in your shakes. And omega-3 supplements. When you're not eating all those things, you should supplement. Actually, I think most doctors prefer you to supplement because, yeah, it's sometimes it's tricky to be able to get it. 6 grams per day, 600 milligrams per day in only food. So that's why it's recommended for you to supplement it. Okay. I'm sorry. So cholesterol is also important. It's needed for baby's growing brain, building block for pregnancy hormones. It is produced naturally in the liver from saturated fat, and is slightly increased when you are pregnant because it's needed. So cholesterol is not great when you're not pregnant, but when you're pregnant, it's definitely needed. And we all have cholesterol. So this is a big myth about cholesterol. So calcium is very important for strong teeth and bones and help the muscles and nerves to function properly. It allows blood to clot and heart to beat normally. And if you have low calcium, the baby will take it from you. And the problem is, you're going to be depleted, and some issues with like osteoarthritis and, all kinds of deficiencies that can give you when you are not consuming the amount of calcium. You need double the amount of calcium. So normally people don't consume 1,600 grams of calcium. And when you're pregnant, you need double that. So it is very important to consume, your calcium with your food, and a lot of food will provide you with calcium. All these foods. That's why it's important to have a variety in your diet. So you consume broccoli and kale and beans and almonds and seeds and some, some seafood and all kinds of different ingredients will provide something. Okay. Whoa, just something happened with my presentation. So you need iron. Iron is super important to make hemoglobin, which makes red blood cells, and the red blood cells carry oxygen to both moms and baby cells. Your body makes more blood when pregnant, so you need to, consume your iron, because anemia is a condition in which the body does not have enough healthy red blood cells. And that will increase the chances of low birth weight or having a premature baby. So usually it's important to supplement. And if you don't eat red meat, or you want to, you don't want to consume a lot of red meat, it's important to then consume foods that are going to give you the iron. So you need about 80 milligrams per day if you're not pregnant. But if you're pregnant, you need about 30 milligrams of iron per day, right? So there's a great demand of iron in the second half of the pregnancy. So you should talk to your doctor and check your blood. And, some of the foods will also influence your absorption. The problem with the iron is that it's not well absorbed by the body. So you need to eat some foods that will complement the absorption, because some foods will decrease the absorption. It's the same as water. Some foods will drain you from water, and that you need to increase the amount of water. Folate and folic acid. Folic acid is a synthetic form of folate, which is a naturally occurring B vitamin. So it helps reduce congenital central nervous system and spinal defects like spina bifida. Supplementation is typically recommended by physicians, and pregnant women need more folate than food is able to supply. So you definitely will need to supplement with folate. So if you check your prenatal, make sure you have all these nutrients in your prenatal. And even more if you're not consuming good food, if you're not cooking at home, and if you're not very good at keeping and putting all these nutrients in your body. Make sure you're supplementing it. Okay, so these are foods that you will find that they have vitamin B in all these foods. So again, variety is important. Lentil, beets, garbanzo beans, asparagus, spinach, lima beans, orange juice raw, broccoli, avocado, and egg. Okay, and if you're vegetarian, protein intake is important. And often vegetarians have insufficient amounts of B12, vitamin D, folate, folic acid, and iron. I don't eat red meat, and I supplement all this. I always take supplements, and I'm not pregnant. So if you are pregnant, you should supplement. Vitamin B12 is not well absorbed by the body in pills. You should take it liquid. I have mine, I put it under the tongue. It's like dropper. And also you can ask your doctor about injecting it or under the tongue, also dissolvable pills. But I recommend taking it liquid under the tongue, or, you know, talk to your doctor. What is the best way? Same as vitamin D, and they're not well absorbed. Also, you should combine vitamin D with calcium and other minerals so they absorb well in the body. So that's why a whole healthy diet is important, because some of these nutrients support each other. Like when you combine rice and beans, for example, they create a complete protein. Combine, broccoli and fish. So you're bringing all these nutrients together. So we're almost done. And any questions, please put in the chat. Now we'll look at it before we finish. And this is a question that I always, I'm asked, like, can I have my coffee while pregnant, right? And what I always says is, when in doubt, leave it out. If you believe that something might harm your baby, don't consume it. We are stronger than what we think we are. And, you can live without coffee. Actually, this week I have been not consuming coffee for this week, and I know it's tough. The first day I had a lot of headache, but it's okay. It's going to go away. I'm not going to die because of a headache. So my recommendation is to leave it out, because there's not enough data to prove how much is safe in humans. Studies in animals have found that higher incidence of malformations in their offspring. So yes, they could be malformations with in the animals. So it is safer to eliminate it, right? Okay. So now that you have the knowledge, you have potential, but action is power. What are you going to do today to consume some of these nutrients that are going to help you have a healthy pregnancy? Here is my information, ladies. If you have a question and want to consult, please send me a text, send me an email, follow me on Instagram. Make sure you open my emails. Today, I'm going to be sending an email with a calendar for the month. And for the next 3 months, October, November, and December. And I'm going to be sending you the link for the YouTube channel where you can get the information of the recordings of the classes and the cooking classes. I thank you very much for being with me tonight. And I hope to see you later at the 7:30 class.